forced labor. She is not being duped. She is being well, that's really what they want to do. And yeah, they're going to do it if they win. It's so true. But you don't take what she said seriously. About her going to murder people if she wins for
Well, yeah, I think the left that talking about the stuff with you know, smoking trash. That's the stuff that I just but they're so ridiculous. Look at just it's an actual ordinary people should get more involved in that.
what there is. What there is everything. The world this woman lives in. The only thing she's seen on social media is God's people. She doesn't seem to believe it, but she's never going to because she's been sent. The left only functions because people are stupid enough to believe the narrative.
Let's take video because we're on
Scared too.
Hold on. Listen, that is you're like people like self-reporting, and if you look at the numbers, by 2030, we could win lots of electoral, but maybe who cares if they all?
Well, that's a forecast. With the redistricting, we're going to have business. They're going to open the borders for the future. People in prison for subpoenas and then they can take us. So what's going to happen is when they get in and they start locking people up through congressional subpoenas, they're in jail. Then they're going to block Trump, disrupt everything he's doing, creating a vacancy in the next 2 years. Then they win in 2028, open up the borders, they get 50 new seats. Then they cut points, they do everything they want to do. Just because we have this right now, internal migration to Texas and Florida does not mean we're relaxed.
Still go to the issue too. There's celebrities, figures who don't speak out. That's why it's so stunning to see Nicki Minaj show up and say that she's Trump's biggest fan. She's very talented on her statement, all the rest of it. She's got a lot of bars out there. People follow her. But why is there just why? Why is
Come on! Can't roll away? That's bullshit.
Our perspective on culture, our perspective on America isn't good enough to talk about. It's not good enough to, express ourselves openly. That's crazy. Because here we are talking about this stuff. People risk their lives. People barely go out. All throughout this. All of these celebrities who have been done
Fuck you. Can I roll? Thank you. I've only been tapping the button since I got in there. Looking ridiculous.
right angle news. Servers in our college. CCTV after overtime and went on the air and was kidnapping, killing its own citizens instead of lowering prices.
Americans are looking as President Trump chooses to kidnap and kill some citizens as opposed to lowering the prices.
As opposed to lowering
Canadians are going to chart a new way forward.
Read this. Juno News. Exclusive. Names and There is only one solution.
Take it over, make it territory.
Subjugate.
Give it
Is it territory?
territory.
Yeah, I just don't want any of those people. I don't want them anywhere near us. Like they're
But-
taking
but-
advantage.
Canadians are free.
They are
Some of the best Canadians will be. They are.
So if we let it be free territory, they would all be down in the United States get away from it.
But they can't vote. Give me a game asteroid, it affects our culture is not that we just want to be make a movie.
What I want their maple syrup. A strategic maple syrup reserve.
Well,
These Canadians think they are. That's something I'm like. This is the American That's like that whole yeah, Canada itself is just one like whole
they have to say this. So, that's the way to say it. America goes and save countries because that's not how it works. America does it because
but they don't have bauxite. They import the raw materials, refine it, they can trade it. The point of all this is wiggle will create our trade lines. So when it's all our manufacturing and agriculture, the full substance will trade their trade. There's no reason to look upon other people for fake news. We have bauxite mines in Louisiana, or whatever. Find here for good American justice. So, you want to play games? Those are all trade. One nation will include their both by themselves. If they want to be an independent nation, as they are, they want to be then they should not be relying on us. Should not be for that. If they are funding insurgency in this country, we're approved again, right? so long. But you know,
They gave the giant penguin to a polar bear.
polar bears are omnivores.
It was a polar bear that really liked this giant penguin.
There you go. I'm sick of this argument that for too long the United States has been acting like a snooty rich kid with lots of money who thinks he's better for everybody. So just giving his money like it's so nice. Yeah, sooner or later someone's got to come to trust.
What is the big deal? Because we're giving you money away and stuff like that. And we're just giving you money away to buy friends and our allies. The thing that makes me frustrated, like even allies, and Canada hates us, right? They hate Trump. They hate the whole 51st state thing. They think we're trash. A lot of Canadians don't want to come here anymore as tourists because they think we're terrible. A lot of Europeans hate America, you know, but they're perfectly to take our employees that benefit from our defense and benefit from all of the wealth that we spread our dollars from doing. I mean, it's not up with that. And so I think that's too, like, why are we spending so much time with people who hate us? You go to a party and everybody hates you, you leave, you don't stick it out, you don't provide the beer. Right, you're definitely not buying a beer, you know?
When people, if you're just trying to buy friends, like they end up
hating
not respecting you. You know, people follow strength. Human beings have always followed strength. The United States needs to continue to like basically do what Trump's been doing recently on trade, and you know, push for deals that are good for the United States. Continue to encourage other countries to put their own countries first. That's what countries should do. And I think that that'll end up having
Well, they're not putting their country first because they're down cost and doing it that way.
Europe is not putting their own individual countries first. They're
Oh,
putting
that's
their
but by
country.
stealing our money, they're putting their agenda and their interest first.
Well, I mean, yes, Europe is, but they're not. It's not about. They're not nationalists. They're not.
Yeah,
serving
but
their own
they
country
should
first.
destroy their own country.
Yeah.
One of the things is you look at all those countries were ruled by
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a benevolent dictator back when I was
yeah, I don't think, yeah.
I'm just trying to go along that now it's the West. It's for harmony to the East. The countries that were more harmony. And then those countries and this is just also.
Slavism, and it's just individual abilities that people have matter. So, like, if you just say, oh, we'll let anyone into our country and it'll be the same. It's not really the same. That's perfectly fine. It's done right. But you don't want to do it. So, another group of people, which countries are, they're fools. They'll give us unlimited benefits from the government. So we're going to move over there and just get onto their social and destroy your country. I mean, look, every Western country is in some kind of significant deficit. It's not getting any better.
Well, their population to sustain it, so it's going to be real interesting. And I wonder if, robots look like people, so we're still going to see economic collapse. And actually, an interesting thing, I just saw a post that Tesla's ending production of the Model S for so far. We can see where it's going. There's not going to be people, so people want gold's at what, 5,500? Silver's at 120?
Oh, it's up even today. Yesterday it was 115.
Yo, that's great. I can't believe
it's just 545 for gold, 117 for silver. get rid of. I should not. I want to get rid of your last. That's terrible. You try to mix it up, you know, not that much silver, but I got cash too, and it's it paid the same. I'm just like, it's why? I mean, look, it's oil.
There's nothing wrong with having physical gold and silver on the price, but it's like physical gold and silver has always been like stolen. Thinking about the legal
silver was money before it's money now, and then we put the fiat system until they made it. So, anybody deposit their gold in
They were supposed to like go there with some cameras and show us what was in
That's
there.
why gold.
They finally showed up, they brushed some cobwebs off, and they went inside the whole shop and stole all of these amazing things.
That's why gold's so expensive. They're buying it up to replace the gold in Fort Knox.
or
Melt it down.
well, let's talk about let's get to this story from the New York Post. And from the fields, let's look at the attacker spraying around down the home.
Maybe it's because she has her name on her shirt.
So two things can be stated about that. And she doesn't know. Then she can get a reaction from her. But the guy that was there was played by Johnny Factor.
I think the response shows something from the no right here. Someone reading mission is unknown. Here in Omaha, this story would have been a good newspaper. But she stood there, with all due respect, nobody to do that. And she got sprayed and ready, and she just stands there. It's like, I'm gonna put it's like, what is up? I like it. It's
That would be my first thought. I can't really think about it. I would like call you. I would call you call. I would that would be.
points that it's actually the American state is he didn't spray her in the face. He sprayed her in the chest, which is weird. And additionally, there is an argument that anybody that sprayed it on a liquid is going to immediately try to get bigger. That's when she doesn't. So it's just right. So it's right. The one thing I think is this is that he had a clear opportunity to spray the face, and he did not.
Yeah, that. She probably just said, no, what are you doing? Like that would be initial reaction. I mean, I don't think it's a stupid issue with that stuff, the county and all. And like everybody was a big reaction of it. Like that's it wasn't until I found out that the clothes off the clothes.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
it's a little. I don't know what the dollar but I'm telling you like this. What are you doing? Initial reaction. Then worry about the side effects.
Well, she's already fundraising on it.
Of course she is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you're right though, that it was
There's a difference. I've really been into the election. Every single church in the world don't do it. There's crazy people that what makes you stick in there is year would have been could this be serious? First, but who benefits from this? A lot of people are claiming this guy's got like lefty family and kids, but doesn't mean anything. You know, I will say, there's certainly any move like this that does nothing to benefit the right. So why do it? If you're anti-gun and Omar, why help them?
No, I think that I legit think that it's a threat that they you know, stir up the already chaotic situation in the country, and politicians are trying to find a way to alter this.
Well, it's all because of the interest and Putin language from Ukraine and so
Yeah, I mean, she's,
that's what they do.
this is the best thing that could have happened. She did nothing bad happens to her, and she's gonna make
She
millions
needs to
of
get
dollars.
a. Well, why isn't he being charged federally? Has he been charged federally?
He was arrested and he was facing counts of, I think,
Assault the third degree at the state level.
Yeah, but
Where
there
federal
was,
judge?
so we should be federal charges because she's a federal representative.
That's actually a member of Congress. It's a very serious crime. So again, people think it's highly suspect. You think it was staged? I think Pete Rivers said he's all fake. Yeah, Trump said it's all fraud. I gotta be honest, it does look very fake.
So like fake election.
Yeah.
I don't think she.
I like her. She looks like she.
What was that? What was that? Watch her left hand. Watch her left hand. It's great. That's what happened any second. See how she like pulls her hand up? I don't think she was aware of that. But I also don't understand why he didn't spray his face. So,
It goes for her
yeah.
mustache.
You're going to use this for right?
Easy to conceal. Easy to conceal and then just squirt it. That's all they need. Yeah, you can splash somebody. You can... I don't know, man. I can tell you that everybody's insane. And that, you know, when we look at the violence going on, we get these periods where there's like extreme violence and then things calm down for a bit. And then as soon as it calms down a little bit, everybody's like, oh, you know what, I was wrong. The country's not gonna fall apart. Then the next time that happens, it's the most psychotic thing in the world. Like, we literally have a guy in Ohio campaigning on he will kill someone. Like, what the fuck was that supposed to mean?
So it needs to be
A lot of it.
Just like they were citizens, but these countries. Even a lot of people are there. They think it's sort of us that you do that thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's gonna be if and when Democrats take power, then there's gonna be a lot of effort put into putting those.
It's the history of communism.
Yeah.
They want to avoid that election. They did it. It's one story. And they did this thing. Okay. So they want to do this. So,
And the thing is, it's look, and you just like all you have to do is like look at the way that they treated Trump and the fingerprint and all that stuff. Like that is all the things they did to the January 6th rioters, or like what they claimed the rioters. And the people that don't believe that there's anything nefarious going on the left, they'll sit there and say, well, you know, Trump did bad things. Oh, well, you know, the rioters did bad things. And if you say that, it wasn't for the fact that we had a year of riots. to employ. People that want to January 6th, it's a fun, different situation. But because of the way that the elections to get the right thought, well, we can do it too. Well, guess what? Here comes the booty.
I don't think so. I think that the Democrats let J6 happen because it's the perfect psychological play. Let the rowdy right rampage and then scream, help, help, I'm being repressed.
They encouraged it. Agents of mine to vote.
Then, before I'll say it again, if Trump had stood down on May 29th and let the left man take the White House, he would have won his second term. And that would probably be Well, it's exactly what happened on January 6th. Trump said he wanted National Guard. They didn't do it.
So just like let them go into the vote. Like just step aside.
Yeah, oh,
Step aside
but
and
yeah.
let them go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Imagine what
I'm
would happen
saying
if they
that
actually
would've been
ransacked
really
it.
fascinating. And it took two guys to hold them out, but maybe they just just the elevators there.
Look, the right doesn't play the game this way. They play it very straightforward, and the left is engaging in subversive tactics and subterfuge.
No, I want them to be scared. Like we're scared to be arrested. No, we send every single ICE agent. We arrest every single
J6 arrests were twice for this because they did want the American people to
We are afraid of them, right? They need to be afraid of us, and they're not.
But they're not going to be if you arrest them. The game being played by the left, they're organized, they have studied, they have high-profile wealthy donors, and they're begging you to kick in and go do a panel and let people up. If there's strategy which I'm going to clarify this with, if we were to limit regards to in the first place, go in, get on the street corners, smiles and handshakes. At this point, having this half measure where you let see it by random lunatics is insane. You can't do half measures. That's why I said the other day, Trump's options are stand down or suit up. And what did you go stand down?
Yeah, but like, why do you think these numbers are up there?
No, they're way down. There's two polls.
He's up 8.53%.
In Rasmussen.
Yeah.
I just read another poll that said he's at his lowest point among Hispanic voters. Yep. I did see numerous reports showing that he's got a approval rating relative to all of their second-term presidents, and that immigration efforts have a net favorability, and CBP has a net favorability. So,
They're looking at that cop with his finger bit off, and like, what are these left?
they're not looking at nobody knows what. I'm looking at normies saying Trump executed an innocent protester. That's why this video is so bad for them, and they're freaking out. This narrative is everything. If I can go to a normie, so who's going to put it? So what?
We're going.
Right, exactly. Do something that is unacceptable. So if they ransack and destroy it, everyone in the country notices what they're doing. But so long as you keep holding them down, they get every PR opportunity possible where they're held out by being beaten by an evil Gestapo. And at the same time, you don't actually see any long-lasting damage from the left. That's why I said stand down or suit up. And Trump keeps doing that measures.
The 5-year-old and the guy who was previously. We've seen that. There are so many protesters out there.
that's the point I made earlier. Like they say, oh, this is so terrible. ICE is doing this, and Donald Trump is doing that. He's a fascist, blah blah blah. But the reality just doesn't line up with it. Like the few handful of videos that you see where ICE is putting hands on protesters, well, it's never like real significant stuff. You don't see them pounding on them, kicking them. You see them throwing them down and trying to take them into custody. You don't see. I mean, nothing that you've seen looks like the what was his name from the '90s? Guy that LAPD beat up. Rodney King. Yeah, nothing looks like a Rodney King. You know, beating. Nothing comes even close to that. So the idea that there are these heavy-handed thugs that are beating people, blah blah blah. It's like it's just not true. But it doesn't matter. It's a pinpoint. It's all narrative. It's all creating.
Yeah, now before the state, and they played it over and over, and people were saying, yeah, it is Trump's fault. It's because all happened under Trump.
But this is what we always do. We always do this, right? We don't feel good. We don't feel optics. So why can't we have peace through strength domestically, just like we do abroad? Like, I really think that we keep doing the same thing over and over.
Stand down or suit up. Trump needs to invoke insurrection and go in, stop all of this, then come out and proudly say, we have stopped the violence. What they're doing is the CP is going on the guy's porch, being surrounded by 50 people, fights break out, and then a guy with the gun gets shot, and the left says, Trump does not vote an innocent man. And then Trump pulls Bovino out. They are miserable at this game. They have no idea how to play. Let's jump to this story from Politico. FBI raids Atlanta area elections office amid Trump's push to relitigate 2020 election. The action comes after Trump promised that individuals would be prosecuted soon related to the 2020 election. This is wild. The FBI executed a search warrant at Fulton County Elections Office outside Atlanta on Wednesday, according to a spokesperson for the agency. It's come to make Trump first, blah, blah, blah. The Georgia Secretary of State Office at Fulton County Elections Office responded. Fulton County all here, trucks and this is a heavy move. Yeah. This is serious.
How much time do we need in order to get all of those and by 2028?
I agree. Investigation takes time, especially when you're combing through mounds and mounds of evidence. I mean, just think about the amount of discovery and just like regular case. Like, that's what it takes. One of the positive things.
So many January 6th, we don't know, right? Yeah. COVID, we don't know.
Where's the information on Trump Street? I haven't heard anything from him.
Yeah.
Nothing. Zero. They're going to tax it right there.
And he had no silverware in the house, right?
Yep.
Like no forks.
Yeah, like everything. I just, honestly, was getting. It actually made me like, I want to be like a tough football person, and I really like that. I've loved him for so long, but I'm getting really tired of like making excuses on why things are.
And a lot of people keep making excuses. They were claiming Trump didn't surrender in Minnesota, despite the fact we have reports now that CBP is saying they've been ordered not to arrest non-criminal illegals.
Yeah, that's hard.
So Trump pulls Bovino out, he reassigns Nome, sends him home and negotiates with Tim Walz and Frey. And you got Trump supporters going like, yeah, we won. Meanwhile, CBP is like, we've been ordered not to arrest non-criminal illegals anymore, just like we're doing with Trump.
And the other thing is, they're like, I'm complaining about the Bovino group because we weren't happy with the like policy. Like, put him in there, so he's not going to do the work. But people are like, oh, you have to see the ponies in there. No, I am happy with the ponies in there. But you just read on the W, right? So you're admitting you are organizing something wrong. You don't just give them any type of, you don't admit that they go to the clean out. No. You should have had, like, I'm to the ponies, like, but these organs that are coming out of them, it's totally I think it's a poem.
I think it's pretty good. There were senators that
they put a woman in charge of things.
No, you guys fighting.
But Trump put all women in charge. It's terrible. He put stabs on women. DOJ's woman. DOJ woman.
I'm talking about it. Like,
He's got a Berlusconi thing going on. Trump giving her lives.
it's enough.
It's too much. I'm not surprised though. Trump is he likes women. He wants to be surrounded by women. He does.
And then don't be so crazy.
Yeah, well, you know what I think it is? The first time around, he was signing himself with him. And I wonder if he was like, I can't get women to do that conversation. Yeah, maybe Trump was just, it was just, I don't think women deserve a chance.
I just wanted to see those lines clear.
They're actually hot for the most part. So like, you know, like look at it. But like, it's not nothing.
Well, how old? I disagree.
Like Barbie.
Pam Bondi for 60, she's 50, right? 50. She looks great for 60. With all due respect to Chrissy, I don't think to be potentially mean to her, but she looks like an older woman because of plastic surgery, and that's just very unattractive. I mean, there are people out there that like it. I saw a really funny post where a woman was getting Botox, and she asked the doctor, how much younger will it make you look? He was like, it won't make you look younger, it'll make you look like an older with Botox.
Yeah, the common sense.
No, I think that's exactly right. I mean, you can look old, right? You're aging, or you can look kind of weird, but you're not going to look young.
Yeah, I think you just look weird.
Yeah, you look weird. So I think about that too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, she looks good for being 60. It's surprising. But
And they do so many weird things, like whenever they do that stuff to your cheeks and they take all the fat with them, the buckle fat. I think Jennifer Welch is really big on that.
I think that there was a, what do I say this, an effort to convince young women to have plastic surgery, so that way when they introduce human robots that don't look like human, they'll look fake.
Again, it's also to make the older women who are like weird feel better because now the young women have the plastic surgery. I don't think anyone should get plastic surgery. It's funny, like whenever I've spoken out against like the breast removals for minors who think trans, people are like, well then you should be against, you know, breast enlargements. And I'm like, yeah, for sure.
See, that was the funny
But
thing on
then
the windows. How did we get here? Something about elections and now breasts.
It was really just Chrissy Noem. Because
Okay, that's right.
we're
That's
so
not
anti-feminist that
You gotta,
we were,
that
we're just talking about her look.
Yeah, her
She had a really
hard
2 hours on I nothing crazy about her photo op. You know, like she went down to Peacock to like take pictures with the Christmas.
VHS Barbie.
What are you doing?
She dresses.
Do
What are you doing?
this?
I
Do
think it's
I need to
dumb.
take over DHS and just
Listen, if the
reign
people
with an
want it,
iron fist?
when the people calling you third sim, it is your American
The
responsibility
first
to
thing
step
I'm
up.
going to do as the head of DHS is stop all transport of cilantro in this country.
Let's do it now.
No, I don't think that. I don't understand how, like, people eat soap.
Like, it is a thing. It's a genetic thing. Like, usually there's trying to bring a manual
Yeah, but,
if you want the
but they say, like, cilantro tastes like soap to some people, but I'm like, does that mean you've eaten soap?
Well, I mean, you get it in
How do you know?
What about like when
So
you
you're saying cilantro
never
tastes the way soap smells?
Have you ever seen this air up bottle?
What?
The air up bottle is a bullet and has this ring on top. It makes sense anyway. And when you drink it, it like the air flows up.
Gross.
It's not it makes the water like, not even though there's nothing to figure out.
So is the argument that to some people, cilantro tastes the way soap smells?
Well, kind of, but like, yeah. But like, it's still like, smells can be...
Yeah, like flavor is
Does cilantro taste like cilantro and it's bad?
Your taste buds are directly linked with your
There's only
smell, and like, if you don't have a good smell, then you can't
there's
taste
only
it.
there's only salty, sweet, bitter, like umami. more out of it. The point is, like, most of the flavor that you're getting is because it's into your veggie.
Right.
Right, the point is slime takes care of that. And put me in charge of DHS, and I will stop it from coming and inspecting the lab. Although we probably grow it here, but those people will go to jail. Well, I gave him a C once before, and that was probably like a C minus. USAID shutdown was a nuclear bomb. I think people need to remember that you can't forget. You know, every day the news cycle changes, and we forget this massive things from has done.
That's true.
The immigration efforts are doing all good. And it's been obstructed by these judges every step of the way. The almost done the day is overnight, but their messaging is miserable. And that's supposed to be what Trump is doing. Like, the messaging on the Epstein stuff was the stupidest PR blunder imaginable. Seriously, here's a strategy. Don't say it. People will die now. Literally, don't swallow. The person that is PR blunder. Then you literally think yourself, oh, it was, so Epstein killed himself.
Europe is in control of its own destiny. That's the whole point of researching in America.
You've done a lot of good things. I'm not saying you.
Don't get me wrong. If you take away the bad messaging and messaging style stuff, I think people would be back.
I think this really good. I was in the DZ tough area until this happened with backing down and probably and then like changing the messaging and Minnesota. So the Minnesota stuff.
There's supporters flipping and being like, yay, we're going to bomb Iran, when Trump literally told me he's not going to bomb Yemen.
It's just like, it's the very
Sure, but the point is, people, there's too many people who are zealous Trump supporters and Trump can never make a mistake. If Trump can't make a mistake, you're going to lose. Because you need to tell Trump when he's making mistakes so they can correct them. And if he can't correct them, then he won't. So the people that are just like, nah, we won in Minnesota, it's like, okay, well, CBP is if they're not able to deport you. If that's victory, then you've got everything you want in the regulations. Next time we have a conversation, I'll just remind you that I'm in favor of net deportations, and you're in favor of only the criminals.
I want. But I still I seen conflicting reports there, people that say that ICE is still doing so if that's the case, okay, someone's in there, if he's just like keeping it out of the public eye, and making sure that people are still being deported and they're still rounding people up, yeah, it's conflicting. People saying it's not just overtime. So I don't think it's still figuring it out.
The person said that he wasn't going to be cooperating with federal authorities, and then Trump said he was playing with fire. So we're back at exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I like how I'm not going to only go, and I'm telling you about the database. But I'm glad you knew that.
I mean, look, if the FBI is actually investigating the signal chat and they start arresting people, again, I don't know if they're going to, but
This evaporated is a massive government. That gives Trump a big boost to his score. I want to see more on this stuff. Honestly, I care substantially more about this than I do the immigration stuff. So if we got 3 stories the next week that like different election offices were being investigated by the feds and they were collecting evidence, I'd be very, very worried.
Well, I think they're connected because this right here, it's good to go back and look and find, the violations of the law. Stuff that can affect it. This is not really goes or whatever. That's a bad thing. I think if Congress passes the SAVE Act and actually but I still think that the actual Congress representation is Congress, they don't take care of the legal and counting in the census, like they'll get some kind of one party
They should have
Ah! Fuck you.
First generation, there's no guarantee if they're going to come to the country and actually. Second generation, if then fine. But like, if you're a first generation person,
I voted for this. For office. I think something I look at the original. Yeah, you don't have that. You don't have anything else.
probably.
I don't want women voting either, so you're quite used to that. Because I think about my own shit.
You can say like, oh, Phil, I don't think they're fine. I'm very class. There should be a class of people that are voting. Like, oh, Phil, blah, blah, blah. What about your right? I would give up my right to vote in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. If I knew that the people that were voting were actually educated and it wasn't just like, oh, I think I'm pretty and like I said that you can provide these kind of government handouts to people, me or to my family, whatever. If I get a class of people that are voting for good policy, I give up my right to vote card. I don't care. I'm one of 330 million Americans.